computer. Okay. Can you hear me? Can everyone hear me? Raise your hand. Okay. All right. Here we go. Can you still see me or my stuff? I have everything. Oh. Somewhere there's a save button. Forgot to hit save. Doesn't do any good if I don't hit save. Okay, back to school. All right. See all my goodies. All right. So I'm going to make gummy bears, and I sell a kit that looks something like this. And inside your kit, there's going to be gelatin. There's going to be a tub of tin, or a tin of gelatin. And there will be an eyedropper and the molds. So this is what we're making. And the finished product here. You can see. Can you see that? Okay. There's little gummy horses or unicorns and puppies. I teach school. I'm a substitute teacher, and I substituted for an art class, and the girls all had to, I handed out some gummy bears. This was before the pandemic. And they sat there with their phones and they said, oh, they're so cute. And they're all taking their pictures. And I was everybody's Instagram post that day, I guess. Okay. So in the kit, this is 24 grams of gelatin. And to make one batch of tea, you take your tea, and this one is golden apple, but I'm gonna try to use up my cold tea from this morning that I didn't get to finish. This one happens to be Earl Grey, but you need a 1/3 cup of tea, cold tea, and it doesn't seem like a lot of tea. And then, so it's going to be, I'm making Earl Grey gummies, and these are Earl Grey gummies. And then you need a 1/4 cup. I didn't bring a measuring cup. So a 1/4 cup, this is agave syrup. All right. I have no idea if these are going to work or not, but you're going to measure carefully. I won't. I don't. Okay. And here's my spoon. All right. I'm just going to mix those up. If I'm going to be making a lot of gummies, I'll use hot tea or warm tea so that the syrup dissolves better. You just kind of mix it up a little bit, and then you inside you can add some vitamin C powder that comes in a packet. Of course, I don't see any of my stuff. Looking here. But there's different kinds of tea that you can get and different molds, but I'll talk more about that. The important thing about making gummy bears or gummy treats is that you do this next step, and it's called letting the gelatin bloom. So this is 24 grams, which is about almost an ounce of gelatin. That's a lot of packets to open up. Well, it's 3.5 packets if you're using packets. So I just put it all in there, and you can add your vitamin C or sour. You don't want to mix it a lot, but you just want to break up the clumps so it's not clumpy. I mean, a couple of clumps isn't going to hurt anything. All right. And then the important thing is to let it rest so that the gelatin can absorb the tea and the flavors and the water. And actually, what I usually do is I leave my spoon in it. And when I can take my spoon out clean, you know, like when you test a cake that it's done, when you stick the knife in it and then you pull it out and it's clean, you know that you have a decent pudding. So while it's doing this, and it usually takes about 5 minutes for a single batch, a double batch, which is what my kids usually want me to make, takes longer. So while your gelatin is blooming, you need to prepare your molds or your, my friend told me not to call them molds because that doesn't sound pretty, but that's what they are. They're silicone molds. And this one has 2 teapots and a mug. Wait, a teapot, a mug, and a cupcake. So it's got your whole meal here. And we sell all these forms, and there's different kits that you can get. If the tea that you order in your kit is a decaf tea, you'll get the cookie shop. This one has caffeine in it. So if you get the morning energy one, or the golden apple has caffeine, or my favorite is the cranberry almond oolong, which is the one that the tea that I did this morning. It's also in my 12 teas of Christmas. It's a cranberry almond oolong. And those ones come in the sweet shop tin, and this is the sweet shop tin. And let's see. So to prepare your molds, it's almost done. So we have this one. We also have, and these already have oil on them. So if you just spray it with cooking oil, or if you, I know I'm very sensitive to chemicals, so I don't like to use Pam. But so I just take the oil, and then I take a paper towel and dab off the extra oil. So that's why it's shiny, if you can see on the inside. This one is the Pets. We have cats, dogs, a couple of lovebirds, a little puppy and a pig. Then we have our 2 little teapots. I'll do those. And this is the unicorn one. And these, the molds or the forms seem a little bit bigger than the gummies because you have the last step of the process is to let them dry out and air out. Okay, so I'm just gonna put, oh, this is the puppies. They're pretty cute. You see them? So I'm gonna put them back in the tray. I'll put the unicorns up here, and I'll put the square ones in there. Everybody there? Okay. So now if we go back to our stuff and look at it, see, I can pull the spoon out and it's clean. That way you know that the gelatin is ready to use. And then the next step, which I don't have a microwave here, but I will talk you through it, is to put your bowl in the microwave for 30 seconds. And then you take it out and you stir it. And then you put it in for 15 seconds. And these will be in the instructions in the recipe card that I give you, which will be in the files link. I just don't have it posted yet because I've been having so many technical difficulties today. I just like I'm ready to scream, but I won't. Because this is a tea festival. How could I scream? Anyway, okay, so you put it in for 30 seconds and then 15 seconds 4 times so that it's been in the microwave a minute and a half. And between each time you stir it so that it melts the Jell-O. And so when you're done, it will be like a syrup, very thin syrup. And you use the dropper. And I know because my niece and nephew are like 1st and 2nd grade, and they love to make gummies. And they do make gummies. So, I mean, it's something you can do that's pretty quickly, and they don't lose interest. Anyway, you squeeze the bulb and you draw up the juice, and then it stays in there, and then you squirt it into each of the molds. And if there's some bubbles, don't worry about it. I think that bubbles taste really good. Anyway, they usually go away. You can knock them out of there. And then you just fill up each cavity with enough. And it's okay if it goes over the mold because kids love to eat the extra anyway. I know I do. Okay, and so after you get all the gummies into the little cavities, you put these in the refrigerator. And I've just used trays from the Chinese restaurant, right? Put them in the refrigerator for 5. Well, before you do the refrigerator, it's a good idea to let them settle and get to room temperature so they don't spill in your refrigerator. I've had that happen. It's just fun to clean up. Anyway, so you put the gummies in the refrigerator and you pop them out of the mold and let them air dry for, I mean, you can eat them right away. There's no problem with that. It's just if you wanted to store them, and this one batch makes a lot of gummies. So if you don't get them all made in one, like if you don't have enough things to put them in, you can reheat the Jello and squirt it in there. And that's it. And they're really, it's a little teapot. Can you see the teapot? And this one is, see, I wish I could share these with you, you know, and so you could taste them and try. I like the gummies because I can, you know, if I am in a hurry, I just grab a gummy and chew on it, and it has a lot of flavor. And I know that there's nothing artificial in there. I mean, I can use a different syrups. You can use honey. You can use, well, anything that you can get as a simple syrup. I have some ginger syrup that I really like, and I'll make tummy gummies. Tummy gummies. And that's it. Any questions? I'm going to turn my computer around. Okay. So I can talk to you. And tomorrow we're going to make blue mints. So if you're going to, I didn't get it on the schedule, I don't think. Are you still there? Did I lose everybody? I'm going to stop recording.